Hello and welcome back to another Omniheroes video. In this video we're just going to go through Nightmare stages 41 all the way through to 60 and we'll just jump in and see what we can do. So for this team what we're going to do is take out these and we're going to go with more of a Void Hunters build. So if we go into our Void Hunters synergy, we're going to look at all of the recommended units. Now Nerissa would also be a recommended unit if we were, say for example, if we were to, in fact I'll take you out, put you in. In fact we'll take out Leandra and we will go to our Phantom synergy. We'll pop in fact Elma and Persephone. Put Elma in front and Mavis here. We do have our three Phantoms in Elma, Persephone and Janna. Of course I would have Nerissa as a Phantom if she were a higher star level. I'm only 5 shards away, so the next summon rebate should do very well. So we'll pop the spear in, we will put the orb in, and we will put in the Hand of Tyr as well. We'll just see how well this team does. The whole point of the team is for our units to die, but if we can't die with Elma on the field, it's going to be pretty redundant, but we do get the triggers for Mavis, so we'll just have to see how well this goes. Holy Shield, it has been applied. And we'll use our spear, which will go straight into orb. That does remove the enemy's holy shield, which is quite fortunate for us, because we don't want to have to deal with that, especially with it being a 3 dooms synergy as well. We do have our own stacks of holy shield, but it looks like Elma able to take the brunt of these attacks as well, and Nerissa here can start building up damage. So Elma to taunt. Unfortunately there's no taunt, but it is what it is. And Janna to do very little damage, but there is enough splash damage as well. And a lot of splash damage going from Nerissa, so we're able to do a fair amount of damage with the splash damage feature. So fortunately we've got Mavis with our... So we have Mavis with our, whatchamacallums, with Persephone giving fortitude to the front 2 units. And again we get a lot of splash damage, and we'll get some healing effects here as well. And what I might do is I might see next just what happens if we do take Elma out of this build. He is a Phantom, but might be worth taking him out for, say, Althea, who is also a Phantom. So we get Nerissa popping off twice there. Nerissa does her ultimate every time a unit does take that damage. So I think Elma really is the key in this one.
Unbreakable, like a heart of stone.
Your soul is mine. Consume them.
And Nerissa's starting to really do some significant damage there to the enemies. Fortunately, Mavis able to take out a lot of them. And Nerissa to go well off here. Unfortunately, there is a Phantom sub-theme within the enemies, so we are effectively missing. So effectively, they will come back a number of times. It is what it is, you know. It's just the Phantom synergy when the enemies use it. Seems to be much more powerful than when we use it. But it is what it is. And Narissa here to do 3 pointless supers.
Consume them. I'm still not
There we go.
satisfied.
Sorted. So Narissa doing the most damage here. And we'll just power through the next sort of 10 stages or so. I don't suspect we'll have any problems moving forward, just because we do have the Elmer shield combo built in the team. So we do get our increased dodge chance.
Even with more lives,
Able to power through.
another act of redemption. Your soul
Unfortunately, I don't have any worries about clearing this, just because our team does build up over time. The only problem I might foresee is Solomon. If he is an enemy unit, he can apply bind to all of our units, and I don't think we have a unit that removes bind on the team, but it is what it is. And I think, to be fair, we can probably replace Persephone with... where are you? With Althea as well. We'll just see how this does.
Only the pure find self, even with more lives.
Yeah, so I don't think it makes too much of a difference, but it just means that Mavis can die more often, which is the whole point of the unit. So we got to 9 rounds on that one. Looks like a tough one. And then we're up to the Phantom Queen here. So if we have a look at her skills, attacks 2 random enemies 4 times, dealing 15 damage per time. Doesn't seem too much, but attacks all enemies, reducing their attack by 50%. That might be a bit of an issue. Attacks all enemies 4 times, dealing 100% damage per time. So effectively dealing 400% damage. So damage received will exceed 5% of max HP, so we need to do a lot of damage a lot of times. Increase resistance, and after receiving 5 instances of active skill damage, counters with a basic attack. Leech is temporarily increased 100% on the counter attack. So it loses 1 HP when using basic attacks. So this is going to be a long fight, I think. But we'll just see. So this is stage 50. And we'll just see how much damage we can actually do to this boss, because there's no damage reduction on it really, and there's no not from the units here. So we'll just see how much. So they are doing 1. So we'll start building up our attack. Spear to trigger, and then we'll get our orb. And the reason that I prefer Orb over Blades of Chaos in this particular team is because of the Phantom synergy that you've got going on. So you do want your units to die, as you can see here. Narissa does trigger from the damage, or from the death of a unit, from any unit on the battlefield. So I think over time that's going to build up, and we're going to be able to take this boss out. Absolutely no problem. And if worst comes to worst, you can always have a look at the clear records as well and try and replicate teams on there. Maybe change from sort by power to sort by suitability, and it'll just give you more accurate units depending on firstly the build that you've got going on, but also for the star level as well. So we do apply a shield to our back row. And it looks like we are just waiting on the enemies to finish their super attack. So here, Mavis does die, triggering Narissa, and also triggering Phantom Synergy, as well as Janna's passive. So potentially including Leandra instead of Althea on this, because we don't particularly require the dodge or the damage reduction from the Phantom Synergy. It's just nice to have. But we'll see, again, how much damage we're actually doing. can see Nerissa building up her attack already, just by the first round. And we are doing significantly more damage than we were doing previously. So that's going to be a very, very long fight. So let's go ahead and skip this. So yeah, we got to round 30, not doing enough damage. So let's take Althea and let's put in Leandra here. And let's just see how well this goes instead. So we can go ahead and skip. So able to beat within 30. So Leandra here was the key. So let's have a look at the damage. So it was Nerissa getting the double activations from Leandra here. And I might go ahead and share this. We'll do it with my good buddy Rokan. And then we need Dooms in this setup. So let's just see how well the Dooms team goes. So go into Dooms. We'll do a pretty standard Dooms setup. So we'll switch these two round. We'll put Halissa in the middle, Madeline up at the top here. We'll put in our Dooms relics. So go shield, so Leviathan, shield, and then we will go with increase. We'll go with scales, in fact. So we'll just see how well we can do here. Hopefully, so we've got damage reduction of 75% for this one, which is a really powerful effect, a really powerful ability, especially with Dooms. We don't want to be taking a lot of damage with them. We do want to be dishing out as much damage as possible. Unfortunately, I think Halissa here will be able to help us out in that regard, doing the additional damage that we'll need to power through. So here, I am considering getting the exclusive runes for... Ooh, that was a big shot. So, the exclusive runes for Lamia here, just so she starts to do massive damage. So increase our attack. And do a wedge of damage here. And they are doing massive amounts of damage to us. So, fortunately, Halissa here may even be able to solo. Who knows? Who knows? Very unlikely. So I think we can go ahead, skip this one. So it looks like, yeah, Dooms is not the way to go for this one unless you've got a super powered Dooms team. So we're going to take out the Lamia and we're going to take out the Halissa as well. We'll go to our team here, or our Elma. And it may even be the case that we do put Halissa back in. We just needed that Elma to be able to allow our back row to survive as well. We do still have, we'll have 5 Dooms available to us. We do get, even with the damage reduction, they were able to power through. So, looks like in under 3 rounds, able to get through with our back row surviving. And I think we can just push through. Really, Elma is the key to this event. If you do not have a copy of Elma, please do pick him up from the shop, the Oracle shop. He is just so essential in this particular game mode. And I suspect he will be for a long time, as long as they keep the artifacts around, and the same artifacts. So as long as they keep the shield around, you'll be able to power through. So Halissa here, doing what we needed to do in the majority of the damage, as well as Doris also doing a lot of the damage. So we are nearly up to stage 60 here.
One clean strike.
And able to power through the enemy team's like a hot knife through butter, as they would say. It's able to push through. That's 8 rounds, so would have taken us a long time to push through. I think the same will be true here. Yep, so 5 rounds with a Monarch or a Mystifiers and Phantom synergy. Again, this one shouldn't be too much of a problem, but might, because of the revival effects and the Striker synergy, nope, 5 rounds, so looks good. And then this is stage 60. So again, Persephone does apply Fortitude, and we might require one of these units to power through if she is applying Fortitude. So what we'll do is we'll just sit and watch and see how much damage we can actually do to these enemies. If they do have Fortitude, we might see some big numbers, but potentially a loss. So who knows? We'll have a look through. So Holy Shield's down. And Fortitude has been applied to Merlin. And fortunately, it's Doris that's removing it with the Vital Drain. So, really powerful effect, that Vital Drain. Applying it to all enemies. Howitzer here, starting to do massive damage. So it looks like it was just that first enemy team, the Valenters, able to cut through our defences there. But this team and the other enemy team is just not able to do enough damage to get through. Get some healing, apply Fortitude, and hopefully, yep, so that's Doris removing that Fortitude effect with the Vital Drain that she applies. Really, again, it's such an underrated ability, but it is really, really powerful, especially on Catherine for that synergy. So, looks like that's it, and we're good to go. So that's Nightmare 60. I'm going to stop it here. We'll have a sneak peek at what's next. Looks like Void Hunter's synergy, so we'll have some fun with that. But that's it from me. If you did like the video, please do. And if you have any comments or anything that you're struggling with, please do let me know down below. If you can subscribe to the channel, would be really appreciated. Alright, thanks for watching. You have a good day.